I would like to say good evening to those of you from the state of California. How does it feel to know that your state has the worst credit rating in the entire United States of America? Out of all 50 states, you are number 50. Congratulations. I would also like to congratulate the state legislature of California for their stunning work in getting absolutely nothing accomplished this weekend. Remember when they locked you in the Capitol building and you all said you were going to hammer something out and get something done for the people. But you've got nothing done for the people. But that just goes back to my old saying. If you want to get something done, you need to put people who are representing you in a building, chain the doors, and then light it on fire, and tell them that they're not leaving until something gets done. In which case things get done remarkably fast. Oh well, it's too bad I'm not in charge. In the meantime, those of you living in California will have to make do with your IOUs. I'd love to see what it's like when you walk up to your landlord with the IOU from California. The landlord must love that. Can he take that down to the bank and give that to them? I wonder. Probably not. And to those of you suffering from medical conditions, I wonder, is it difficult to get medicine with IOUs? And then of course we have the state workers. There's nothing like a forced unpaid holiday. Twice a month. I hope you don't live on budgets, because that could be, detrimental. And the sad thing is that this is not limited to the state of California. In multiple states now, tax rebates are not going out. Instead, IOUs are going out. IOUs don't get you squat. This is the problem with ideology. You have Republicans, and then you have Democrats, and neither side wants to take the blame for state budget solutions. You see, there's pain ahead in the future, but no one wants to be responsible for bringing that pain. They want to point fingers and say, I'm not going to sell you out, he is. And then the other guy points the finger and says, no, he's going to sell you out, I'm going to save you. The truth is, when you have people who don't want to raise taxes, and you have people who don't want to cut services, nothing gets done. If only you had people who wanted to do what was pragmatic, which would include a mix of raising taxes and cutting services, doing whatever is necessary to preserve the union. But we don't have those people. We have politicians, and they're worried about getting elected next season. They can't do anything that would harm their political self-interest. God forbid they not get elected. In these times, you can almost feel for the politicians, because if they don't get re-elected and they're out of a job, they're probably not going to be able to find work anywhere else. So just like you want to keep your job at work, it could be that they want to keep their jobs. But the difference between you and the politicians is the politicians swore an oath to the states and this country to do whatever was required, and they are not honoring that oath. And that is why our nation is failing, because of politicians, and also, of course, because of our horrific spending habits as a society. But for now, let's continue to blame the politicians. It makes us all feel better. Don't you agree? And of course, let's not forget the bankers. May you all burn in some sort of horrible 7th level of hell. In the meantime, state budgets will continue to deteriorate. If these legislatures think that they have seen the worst in the economic crisis affecting their states, then they are very mistaken. This is not a severe recession. This is a depression. But sadly, we have morons leading us, and they cannot fathom that simple concept. Our nation is going to suffer horribly. And in that suffering, the first objective should be to minimize the actual pain of the citizens. That means you don't cut health services to the people who need it the most. And you don't tell people who are on welfare, who live from paycheck to paycheck, or from government handout to government handout, that, oh hey, you're going to have to go and die somewhere because we can't pay for you anymore. I know a lot of people are opposed to welfare, But not everyone living on welfare is evil or grubby or all the negative stereotypes. Pretty soon, it could be you living on welfare. Maybe someone you love. Oh well, won't be me. Have a nice day.